Hi there, this is Miles Feinberg. So, Eric Cordenese and I were on a recorded Zoom meeting recently, and we thought we'd share the discussion topic. Why don't you listen in?
There's the risk to potentially, okay, we're gonna move on, we're gonna go forward, we're gonna outsource this, and we're gonna lose our resources. At that time, though, they're either quantifying. I think what a lot of them, what I see some of them do, right, is that they're concerned about that and they choose to do nothing, status quo, right? And because they don't believe, they don't recognize how much damage the inactivity, right? The that their current IT team is not producing, right?
They
So
have
it's
to
more.
make a
It
change.
seems like that. Yeah.
Right. The economics and the whole value proposition of the situation led them to this point to make a change. What you're really asking is, if I decide on Synoptek or whoever make the decision, if I make the wrong decision, what do we do? I mean, we have guarantees in our
Mm-hmm.
SLAs and SLOs. We
Mm-hmm.
are contractually bound. I mean, with staff, you have to kind of take a whole HR action. It's much
Yeah. Yeah.
easier to hold someone to a contract and say you didn't perform rather than face wrongful termination and a whole HR event and all the morale associated with that.
And I go ahead. But I would say I like what you said earlier. You said, when you're done, even if you decided to move on from Synoptek after your contract or you felt like it wasn't working out, right after our onboarding, we've gotten you to that level 2, level 3 maturity model. We've documented the processes. We've gotten it to a point where we could transition to somebody else. Prior to us coming in, your IT wasn't performing. They didn't have things documented. The maturity model was lower with them. And I have a scenario that I worked with a customer. It was actually a city a few years ago that I used to say, it would take a rocket scientist to understand the network and the systems that they had in place. And literally, the guy that put it together with Band-Aids was literally a rocket scientist. And he was the only one with the keys to the kingdom. He knew everything. But literally, we would get up every morning at 7:30 because alarms were going off. We had to be on site every morning because the systems were failing every day. And that's what they had been living with. And he was a rocket scientist. We came in and we put standards in place. We replaced systems with standard systems, right? We put in actual servers, not white labeled boxes, right? We went with brand name servers, standardized on Cisco or Fortinet. And we went through that to the point that literally our team could rest in the mornings. We weren't so concerned about an emergency alarm going off every morning because systems were down. And the city was able to be much more effective and efficient moving past that. And yet they were so concerned beforehand. But once that change had been made,
Why were they
standardizing,
concerned? Right.
right? Because they felt like, right, that IT guy, he's the rocket scientist. He knows everything. And
Wait, but
that
the
was
business
holding them
people,
hostage. It held them hostage.
right. They were beholden to their IT team. You want the business people, imagine moving away from a world where you're beholden. We're like, do you think you could do something? You think you could get to that next week? You shouldn't be begging your IT team. They should be delivering. And that often what happened. They know everything. They have all the keys to the really most precious parts of your business, your data and your business systems. So that's a new world they're going to emerge from, where there's an accountable team that's contractually obligated to SLAs and SLOs who documents their work, and it's all transparent.